Hello, everybody! This is Jersey Lee Z. You may call me Lee. Happy Spooky Month! And what could be more spooky than the law? And, like, a giant Godzilla, I guess. And murder. Oh yeah, I was in the middle of this. What was happening? Law, how terrifying. Mr. Alldown, alright, I'll fall down. I'll fall down. Mr. Alldown wasn't killed here between the planters at all. Then what's this blood doing here? Things have changed considerably in terms of what the simulation is showing us. But if we want to look more closely at this blood, I think we'll be better off looking at the simulation from the point at which the body was discovered. Then what are we waiting for? I'm ready for when you are. To switch between the two recreations, I need to first press T to talk with K and then switch recreations. Okay, hold on. I gotta investigate. Give me a second. So, this is where Mr. Alldown actually saw the president and his kidnapper. Yes. Which pretty clearly suggests a link between the kidnapping and the orphanage. You can see why so much trouble was taken to suggest that it happened elsewhere. Yeah, they pulled some really dirty tricks there. Making a photo like that, that's just cheating! Not to mention disposing of Mr. Alldown's camera film and forcing the president to pose at gunpoint. They must have put in some new film, then staged the photo immediately afterward. And if Chairman Winner was involved, he could have changed or hidden other evidence as well. You know, it kind of reminds me of my dad, you know? Messing with the evidence to, you know, like messing with the evidence to get unjust people, you know, sentenced. But, you know, my dad was nice and this guy's evil. So, you know, completely different things. It certainly doesn't help that the SS5 case file was classified until just recently. Yeah, but he's behind bars now and the truth is coming out at last. Indeed. Although much still remains unclear. We need to look very closely at the differences between this and the previous simulation. Okay, hold on. I'm chatting. Give me a second. Can we really be sure that these are Mr. Alldown's footprints? Well, they're the same size, a 12, which is pretty big, and the prints match his shoes. They also go straight to the middle of the planters where his body was found. But as we've established, when he was attacked, he fell and grabbed the button from the snowman. Well, being a great thief, I know a few contortionist tricks, but that would be way beyond even me. Some average Joe stretching his arms that far, basically impossible. Unless you stretch Armstrong. I think we can be reasonably certain that the prints were made by the shoes the victim was wearing. But can we be certain that they were actually the victim's shoes? No, I was saying this at the start of the investigation, dude. They look like they're way too big on him. Perhaps we should take another look at them. The truth shall be revealed. Squidward. What do you have to say about this? Nothing new, I guess. Port this. A tortoise and a hare, inspired by the children's story, no doubt. The tortoise races the speedy hare and wins. Alright, time for a Cape Faraday pop quiz. Why did the hare lose the race? I'll give you 3 options. I don't need 3 options, Kay. He lost because he stopped to rest and fell asleep. Number 1, the hare's favorite running shoes were stolen by the Yatagarasu. Number 2, the tortoise trained with the Yatagarasu and got so fast that he won. Number 3, the real winner was the Yatagarasu who plotted a surprise secret victory. Those are my only 3 options? Not too hard? Alright, I'll give you a hint. The option you're looking for starts with a Well, that definitely narrows it down. There's no mistaking it. This is where Mr. Aldown actually took his pictures, before being attacked by the murderer with a brick from the planter just behind him. After being attacked, he collapsed, grabbing the snowman's right eye as he fell. Which means his body would have been here at first, and not where we thought it was before. Indeed, you should examine the area where we previously thought it fell to. I mean... Hey, this arch, we've seen it somewhere before. I've read this. It's the same arch and the big building. Whoa. No way. The future simply the past reheated. True. What is nostalgia but a microwave of memories? It fits too, because, like, it's never exactly the same as what you remember. It's got, like, a slight freezer burn. These planters. According to the case file, the yard stretched around 3 sides of the orphanage. And there were 3 planters on each side. Yes, planters arranged in a very particular pattern. One we've seen somewhere before. Shame there aren't many flowers, but I guess it was the middle of winter. Yes, but look at that one. It's bright yellow. Weird. How come there's only one? Wait, looks like somebody dropped it. That's a lion lily, if I'm not very much mistaken. A rare member of the family Liliaceae. A lion lily, you say? Wait, didn't Judge Gavel give President Wang some lion lilies? This is the same flower doing here. This can't be a coincidence. Can it? I believe this particular cultivar is from Asia. There we go, there's the Francisca voice. Where it's said to symbolize the bond between parent and child. Why did she give it to him, though? I wasn't aware you were so knowledgeable when it came to flowers, Francisca. Huh. What I told you is common knowledge. Perhaps you just need to read a little more. An igloo shaped like a bear. The perfect balance of cuteness and scariness. I guess you could call it a bigloo. It is quite large. You could probably fit as many as 3 people inside it. 3 whole people? I don't think it's that large. Yeah, and they could live in there for 3 whole years. 3 years? And what about the summer? Won't the big igloo melt? Again, say it again, Mr. Edgeworth, please. One more time. One more time. Wouldn't the igloo melt? You know, fun. What a fucking spoil sport. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's switch. Want me to show you the scene as reported in the police case files, right? Okay, let's take another look at how things were when they found the body. And then we have it. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. This is the only part where there's no snow, huh? Because of the fire one of the kids set. I imagine the snow here melted as a result. This must be the unluckiest orphanage in the world. First a fire, then a murder. Talk about going from bad to worse. The fire came first, but it was just because it snowed, caused the snow to melt. Blood on the snow, a lot of it. Certainly looks as if a murder occurred here, doesn't it? Wait, but we just figured out that Mr. Alden was killed over by the snowman, right? We did. I think this blood might belong to somebody else. Oh, that's what's going on here. Okay. I thought they just moved the body. I guess that doesn't make any sense. What? But the police report said the blood was Mr. Aldown's. Need I remind you that the case was overseen by Chairman Winner? That guy's a fucking liar. The stream on your end keeps stopping at random. Last sentence I said sounded like it's got a slut freezer burn. Nah. The man would have had no scruples about altering the official record over something this small. But then why go to all that trouble? Couldn't he have just cleaned up the blood instead? He wasn't able to. Think about it. He knew that this is where the police would find Mr. Alldown's body. And he knew that the police would have certain scientific methods at their disposal to look for clues. Oh, you mean luminol. Yeah, they would have found traces of his blood, if they'd used that for sure. Exactly, he wouldn't have been able to clean it up to the point where it was undetectable. Far easier to falsify the results of any such tests when they came back in. It would simply have been a matter of replacing the official results with a doctored copy. Eesh. So we've been looking at a forgery this whole time? That sucks. Why do you know so much about forgery, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, because the man who raised me, unfortunately, was, you know, one such forger. And did I catch up with the Conan dub? Yeah, I haven't watched the long episodes yet. Like the long special episodes, but I've watched every other episode. Wait, but it says Mr. Alldown's clothes were covered in blood too. It does. And if they were, which seems entirely believable, it suggests that whoever's blood this is, it wasn't yet dry when Mr. Alldown's body was placed here. I get it, which means that the other person's blood was spilled not long before Mr. Alldown was killed. True. I think it does, yes. But if that's the case, doesn't that present something of a contradiction? Could this be related to the evidence? What contradiction is there? They're reasonable, those specials run like movies. Yeah, they're long as hell. President Wang's here for some reason. There's another. Light went out. Can't quite see. He was being kidnapped. Here at the orphanage, something weird's going on. This probably the fire, because they said that the blood was spilled recently, like right before Alldown was killed, but clearly part of it was burnt away with the fire, which happened the day before, right? So it's probably this, yeah. Eureka! There's a clear contradiction here. Huh? In the bloodstain? The blood is clearly cut off where the snow was melted by the fire, which means that the blood in question was spilled before the fire was started. Huh? But the fire happened before the murder, no? If we choose to believe the case file, yes. But if the fire was actually set after what happened here, the kid who lit it might have seen something. Urethra! Awful. Then why isn't there a witness statement? Because that would have challenged Chairman's winner version of, that would have challenged Chairman's winner, oh my god. That would have challenged Chairman Winner's version of events. Police, which means there might be a record of it. Go see if they have anything and bring everything you find back here right away. Understood, Shifu. I'll get right on it. Oh man, it's just like old times. One more thing. Oh, what is it, Shifu? Anything you say. Contact my family back in Jingfa. Tell them to search my father's office. There should be something there related to the case. There should. What kind of something exactly? Stream skipped a beat? Oh no, I hope it's not on my end. I told you I'd seen this scene somewhere before, didn't I? Well, I remembered where. It was in my father's office. He had a picture of it. Or at least there's something very much like it. What? Looked like it was drawn by a child. Possibly a child from the orphanage. Possibly even the child who set the fire. That's a big leap to make, dude. Should still be there somewhere. Tell him to send it right away. Hey, Yeshifu! Oh, man. I don't believe there's any more to be found here. Okay, fine. I'm gonna look at it anyway. It's a lion lily, right? According to Franziska, yes. They're originally from Asia, if I recall correctly. Yep, and she said it symbolizes the pond being painted and tiled, right? It was the bond between parent and child, okay? How do you fuck that up? Oh, so this is where Mr. Aldown really met his fate. He was moved in order to make the scene consistent with the stage photograph. Over to the spot between the planters. So the footprints, the fact that they go over there and come back. Yes, I think that tells us something important. That they were left by whoever carried him over there. Interesting. The poor snowman. I think Mr. Aldown's body was moved. How else do we explain the button clutched in his hand? And that would suggest that he was killed somewhere near the snowman. I don't believe there's any more to be found here. Then why was there a thing here? So these, there are planters outside the orphanage gates too. Oh, look, they planted stuff that flowers in winter, under all that snow. Indeed, a little frigid, but tasteful nonetheless. Even if this is a simulation. Yeah, indeed. A bit frosty looking, but tasty nonetheless for a simulation. What the fuck are you talking about? Is there logique to be had? Lockhart acquitted of the kidnapping were the accomplices. Can I connect these? I can. If Chairman Winner was involved in President Wang's abduction, then it seems likely that whatever he dug up yesterday had something to do with the kidnapping. Oh, I get it. You do? You bet I do. We're talking treasure, right? Loot! I mean, a treasure of evidence, I guess. He must have been digging up the ransom money. The ransom money. $100 million is an awful lot of cash. Burying it would have been a good way to keep it hidden until the heat died down. It certainly seemed like a possibility. Glad you agree. Huh. Did Excelsius Winner dig up the ransom money? I doubt it. I don't think they're hurting for money, really. All satisfying. I love whenever I do that. Alright. I gotta go charge little thief. Oh man. Being back in the present day is kind of crazy. Like, do you think Edgeworth ever ran into that taxi pole? And that, like, whatever, the map thing? Oh, Shifu, I'm back! Oh, things are a lot less green now. I brought everything the police had on the fire. And I also brought the picture from your father's office. Oh, and one more thing. About time. What kept you, huh? I'll hand it over. No, there's one more thing. Come on, man. Let's take a look at this mysterious picture, shall we? Don't cut him off. Wow, so artistic. What a rendition. There's the rabbit. There's the elephant swing. Oh. That's, what's his name? Bodhidharmakanis. Interesting. Is that supposed to be President Wang? He's got the plushie. It's missing a horn in real life, but I guess it had it here. This is it. This is the picture I remember. Could this be a depiction of something that happened on the night of the incident? She looks like a kid drew it, huh? Are we so for real? Are we so for real? We're not gonna immediately point out who this is? Yes, and I'm willing to bet it's the work of the child who set the fire. A Cyclops honestly could be worse art. It's very much like, you know, within the lines for a child. Usually it's like scribbly. Shifu, there's... What now? Look, you'll have to wait, okay? Well, Mr. Prosecutor... bro, come on. Listen to him! He's got something to say! Hear my man out! Yo, hello! Hello! Hello, Black Sniper. What do you think my father kept this? I imagine he acquired it at some point during his investigation. Although I have no idea why he would have chosen to keep it to himself. Could we see the case file for the fire, too? Why are we seriously not gonna mention that it looks like the serial killer with the dog? Man in Black should go back to controlling the existence of aliens from the public. True. Sure, here. If you'll just give me a moment to read through it. Seems the boy who started the fire snuck out of bed on the evening of the incident. And then disappeared several days later. Oh. Well, that's concerning. What? Must have been because he saw something, right? No, a kid? Really? That's horrible. But sadly, not unimaginable. You know, we already know that Chairman Winner is shitty to his own child, so God knows what he'd do to other children. Huh? Looks like the kid left something behind that was put into evidence. What's this? It's the horn from the Torosaurus plushie. That's... What's it doing in that case file? What is it, Mr. Prosecutor? Have you seen this somewhere before? Something very much like it, yes. We have a piece of evidence that could well be connected. Oh my god, are we so for real? Which item of evidence relates to the item the boy left behind? Sometimes Ace Attorney thinks I'm fucking stupid, you know? Sometimes it thinks I'm stupid, though sometimes it expects me to be a genius and make the biggest leaps in logic ever.
Take that!
I don't know what it was doing in the evidence for the case. But it looks like that might be the missing horn from this soft toy. It's a plushie, Edgeworth. Get it right. Who calls it a soft toy? Hey, that was President Wang's! You've seen it before. You've also seen it before, Edgeworth! Of course, he always kept it somewhere close by. I remember it because of the missing piece. I see, it has a special device inside it that plays recorded sound when you twist the horn. Hey, do you think maybe putting the horn back on might unlock more recordings? You never know. The toy itself should still be up on the 51st floor. Hey, you heard the man! Yes, Shifu, I'll go fetch it right away, but what about the last thing? Okay, well, he's right here, so... Here it is, Shifu, the Torosaurus doll, just like you asked. Good work, handed the prosecutor over there. Well, does the horn found at the orphanage fit the president's plushie? Of course it does. It fits perfectly. And any more recordings on there? Hi, Dijin. Sorry. Hi, Dijin. Sorry, President Wang. It's me, Emily. I know it's been a while. I saw on the news that you were visiting the country soon. And I didn't know whether I should get in touch at all, but in the end, I decided I had to.
Overruled.
Oh, turn it off. Right now. Why? What's going into Judge Gavel? Are you okay? Just turn it off. Please. Girl, you see, I had a baby. A beautiful little boy. Your beautiful little boy. Oh, what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a second. Wait. You telling me? What's his name? I forgot his name. Sean. You're telling me Sean is the president's kid? Bro. Nah, wait a minute. Oh my god, and that's why he's a Torosaurus fan! Because his kid is in the Torosaurus movie! Oh my god, dude. There's no way. There's no way. That's sad. Wait a minute, he never knew! Oh shit. The president did a Monica Lewinsky. Oh, this is personal. Yeah. Oh shit. I'm sorry, that's pretty much all I wanted to tell you. Oh, except I called him Sean. Sean Fenn. It has a nice ring to it, don't you think? No! Sean Fenn. The kid? Is he here? Like, Judge Gavelle, did you send him home? Like, he's not here for this revelation, right? And also that I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. Oof. I thought you could meet him if you like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Goodbye. Oh, the political scandal, dude. The president had it. Oh, he's not. Oh, fuck, he's here. What? He was my dad? I'm so sorry, Sean. Can you explain what the heck's going on, Gavelle? Sean isn't my biological son. Are you crazy? I would have had to have him at 13 years old. Yeah, no shit. I adopted him. Yeah, I sure the fuck hope you did. And he was aware of this. Yes, of course. His mother, Emily Fenn, she died 5 years ago. We were cousins. Oh, okay, so you are related, but, huh. But we were also friends, the best of friends. People often mistook us for sisters. Wait, I don't know why I made her British. And so, when she died, it seemed only natural that Sean should come and live with me. Of course, we had to keep his father's identity secret. You know, it would be a political scandal. And I decided that the best way to do that would be for him to never know in the first place. I mean, there's no reason to keep it secret now, right? Because he's dead. Damn. I thought you said that my dad just left for milk. That's why I've been chugging all this milk all this time. Why'd you lie to me, Verity? What the heck? Mom? It's quite a lot to learn from a recording made in a seemingly innocent toy. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking, like, state secrets on this plushie, dude. She adopted him, but still, Ma, where's my pa type shit, yeah. I guess Sean's mother must have recorded the message and then sent the plushie to the president. Hey. Yes, Sean? Again, I don't know why I'm making her British. Yes, Sean? You're sure it was really my dad? Fuck. I killed that guy. Yes, I'm sure. Before you were born, your mother worked for a time as a diplomat in Zhengfa. Makes sense. That line of work might well have brought her into contact with the president. And then the president had an affair, and then never owned up to it. What? You told me she worked at the orphanage! She did, but only after she returned. After she quit the diplomatic service. She always loved helping others. The orphanage was perfect for her. I guess. Sorry, Judge Gavelle, but I have to ask. Emily, the lady who asked the president to come. Why didn't she show up herself? Why isn't she anywhere in the files related to the SS5 incident? She never made it to the rendezvous that night. Someone was tailing her. I'll bet that was Chairman Winner's doing. Though sadly, we can't prove it. And because she couldn't make it, she never saw the president again. Then she died 5 years ago. This can't be easy for Sean. Hey, Sean, are you thirsty? We could go get a soda. Good old patricide. My treat, okay? Come on, I think I saw a vending machine over... You think I can't buy myself a soda? This is important. And it's about me, I'm staying. Also, I don't drink soda, I only drink milk. And the carbonation from soda makes the milk taste sour. So no thanks. Oh, that didn't work at all. Grover Cleveland type of scandal. Quote was a reference to that secret child scandal. I'm not familiar. Sean, perhaps now you can guess why I met with the president 2 nights ago. So that's it. That was the big secret. I wanted to tell him face to face that Amelie was gone. But also that you were alive and well. More than well. But I... It makes sense now. No wonder Judge Gavel was so keen to avoid sharing the details of the meeting. Yeah. She would have had to share the truth about Sean, too. That was why I took the lion lilies with me. So there would be no doubt that I knew Amelie. And that I knew her well. These flowers bore special significance for the two of them, you see. President Wang gave Amelie a bouquet of lion lilies in the early days of their romance. But now, he too is dead. If only he had lived. That's kind of presumptuous, I think. Like, in the early days of their romance, he gave her flowers that represented, like, the bond between parent and child. He's like, hey, girl, how about we have a kid together? But now, he too is dead. If only he had lived. Sean might finally have been able to get to know him. I mean, I don't really care that much, honestly. Like, you told me that he went out to get milk, but he wasn't even out getting milk. He was just out doing president stuff. I've been getting my own milk with my actor money. Shavu! There's one more thing. Please let me speak. I've been waiting for the right time to say this, but... What? What is it? You've been hovering there for this whole time. Can it wait? They sent something else from Xingfa. President Wang's will. What? Say that earlier! At the president's will, huh? He gave my father medal after medal. They had to come up with new ones just for him. In the end, there were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will and testament. Those medals, that duty, they're our greatest pride. Our family jewels. And I'm not talking about those family jewels. What? This is... What is it, Agent Lang? Does it have anything to do with our current case? You could say that. Seems he was planning on publicly acknowledging Sean as his son. Oh. Huh. Why? Props for trying, Kay, yeah. The quote is a chant from the 1884 election. The scandal wins. The scandal was while a bachelor in Buffalo, Cleveland had a child out of wedlock with a woman named Maria Halpin. Oh, interesting. Nice tidbit. Sean's name appears in the president's will? And was certain that the document is authentic. That President Wang wrote it himself. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Wait. Hold on. He was only planning on publicly acknowledging Sean as his son after he died? What a fucking coward. Bro? Sure we are.
It's old, but it's real. My family took charge of it back before the SS5 incident happened. I want to analyze it back home to be sure, but I'd stake my name on it being the genuine article.
Wang was a renowned world leader. A child nobody knew about would have been sure to cause a stir. And yet he chose to mention the child at his will nonetheless.
Well, that's that, I guess. Still can't quite believe it, but the president confirmed it with his own hands. There's no denying it. Sean, you're President Wang's son.
I mean, yeah. Did we have any reason to deny that? Sean! Oh, he ran. He's running. Sean! 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 Send him to hell. Alright. What else we got? April 6th, 4:51 p.m. Big building. Empty lot.
He's like, damn. This is where Dad died, huh?
Sean.
He was my dad?
Can't have been easy learning the truth about his father's identity so unexpectedly. And too late to ever get to know him.
You know how hard I tried to find him? You know how much milk I drank?
Sean.
I get it, he was a president. He had a lot more to think about than just me. But he was right there in front of me, right there on the set. So why? Why didn't he just say something? Why didn't he tell me who he was?
I'm sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault, Mom. It's mine.
It's not.
If I hadn't broken my promise to you, that fire would have never happened, and he wouldn't have ruined everything. Everything. It's all my fault. I even ruined your flowers.
Sean, please. You mustn't blame yourself. Just try to be here with me. Just for a little while. This is fucking sad. This is sad as shit.
The bond between parent and child, as symbolized by the lion lily. I'm no expert, but it's native to Zhengfa, so I know that much at least.
Sadly, we don't have the luxury of dwelling on such things just now. I know it might seem insensitive, Agent Lang, but sentimentality won't help us here. We need to focus on what we can do about the case before us. You can cry later.
You're right. You're an asshole, but you're right.
I believe we've learned all we need to know, I believe we've learned all we need to about what happened back then for now. How did it all line up with your father's theories about the case? I'm still, like, flabbergasted that nobody's bringing up the fact that this is very clearly Bodhidharma Canis. Like, are we so for real? He's got the black dog. Does nobody else see the vision as I do? I guess? Goddamn.
I wouldn't know. He took those to the grave with him. He never shared his thoughts with anybody. There's no way of knowing what he figured out.
What about your own thoughts? Are you feeling any more positive in light of what we learned from case reconstruction? The Cyclops guy, yeah. Clearly it can't be Bodhidharma Canis, because Bodhidharma Canis has 2 eyes. And he also has no pupils, so can't be that guy. Are we any closer to learning what really happened 12 years ago?
You know, I think we might be. My father's footsteps are starting to become clear. Now all we need to do is follow them. All the way to the truth.
They'll bring it up with time, when it's plot relevant. Why am I arguing with you?
The president went to the orphanage that night. That much we know for sure.
About the no pupils thing.
The Torosaurus toy proves it. He must have gone there to meet with Emily Fenn.
There might be something to that. Oh, actually? Wait, actually?
Except he was kidnapped and Aldown happened to see it. If Aldown hadn't been there, there wouldn't have been a murder, just a kidnapping. Instead, they had to move his body to the planters and stage that footage to throw everybody off the scent.
Huh. I'll have to deduce it. Yeah. Such is Ace Attorney. So that's our current theory, is it?
But there's something I still don't understand.
There is.
This. Why risk staging the picture? They would have had to force the president to play along. What if he hadn't?
It's a good question. And we may be closer to discovering the answer than we think. We'll have to get there one deduction at a time.
Yeah, I guess we will. Alright, deduce away.
The most consensual, rebuttal. Went to the orphanage that night. Not much we know for sure. I mean, yeah, duh. Nothing should be taken for granted at this stage. We need to treat even the seemingly certain with caution. Can we really be sure that the president went to the orphanage? He was literally there. We have photographic proof.
I get it. You want evidence?
This is a nice change of pace from people asking you to show them proof, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? There's no need to actually say it out loud, Kay.
Torosaurus toy proves it. Must have gone there to meet with Emily Fenn.
Hold it!
True. The plushie. It has a recording device concealed inside it, correct?
It does. And, you played the recording earlier. I don't know why you're asking this. And it was used by Sean's mother, Emily.
To record a message asking the president to meet her at the orphanage at midnight. Whoa, you're finishing each other's sentences now? That's kind of gay. I thought you had a boyfriend, Mr. Edgeworth. I do. But listen, we haven't seen each other in a while, and we're kind of, taking a break, so this is just a fling. You two peel away the layers of truth like an onion, I'm sure of it. Like an ogre. You do realize that there's nothing underneath all the layers of an onion, don't you, Kay? Could you try to say something a little less unfortunate sounding? Nah. You two will peel away the layers of the truth like the skin of a wolf, I'm sure of it. That's worse. Absolutely. Absolutely not. Go back to the onion thing. This sucks.
He said less unfortunate sounding.
Wonder who Kay's into? Kay is into thievery. Kay is into crime.
Shall I continue? Except he was kidnapped and Aldown happened to see it.
Hold it!
Could we go over the details once again? So Mr. Aldown saw the president being kidnapped from right by the orphanage. And he was standing next to the snowman.
The murderer crept up behind him, grabbed a brick, and... Oh! Eee!
Hometown K was simply verifying our understanding of the events, along with him howling like a wolf in the middle of it. Yeah, well, that little outburst just blew my understanding out of my ears, and also my eardrums. I know we have to go over all this again, but can we do it less dramatically? That's not how we roll, Kay.
Really? Fine. Happy to keep answering if you're happy to keep asking.
No one's done it worse, Kay. If Aldown hadn't been there wouldn't have been a murder, just a kidnapping.
Hold it!
If Mr. Aldown hadn't been there, huh? That's an interesting suggestion. Care to explain?
There's not a whole lot to explain. He saw the kidnapping, so he's murdered. If he hadn't been there, maybe the kidnapping could have happened without any blood being spilled.
But could it? Oh, right, because there was another blood stain that wasn't his. He makes it sound as if it was Mr. Aldown's fault he was murdered. Victim blaming much? Jesus. That's not what Agent Lang is saying, Kay, and you know it. Stop being on your Twitter high horse. What he means is that Mr. Aldown was the only person who died at the orphanage that night. Well, of course he was. They kidnapped the president and everything. But the ransom was paid and he came home safely, right? She's right, of course, but why does something bother me about that? Mostly because we were literally just talking about the fact that there was another murder. I think it might be worth taking a look over all the evidence.
Finish discussing things with your assistant, Mr. Prosecutor? Let's continue, shall we? Hopefully your assistant is less murderous than mine was. Instead, they had to move his body to the planners and stage the photo to throw a video of everybody off the scent.
Hold it!
This is another very important part of our current theory. Shall we go over all of the details again?
Sure, probably a good idea. Alright, first, what did Aldown see? He saw the president be kidnapped from right in front of the building.
But the kidnappers were keen to avoid any suggestion that they might be connected with the orphanage.
Yep, so they replaced the film in Aldown's camera and staged a photograph of the kidnapping occurring further away from the building.
But, like, still right in front of the building, so... Indeed, and when they moved Mr. Aldown's body to a location consistent with what the picture and then they moved Mr. Aldown's body to a location consistent with what the picture showed.
The secrets buried underneath the snow 12 years ago are finally coming to light.
And we're sure that's really what happened that night? No. What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? I get the sense that we're still not seeing everything, that there's still something else at play behind it all. There is? But why? I bet you one of them kids did the murder. I'm saying it. There's a piece of evidence we've discovered that Agent Lang's theory can't explain. We have to present him with it and develop our thinking further. Nuh-uh.
Objection!
Okay, don't victim blame, especially for a recently slain public figure. Yeah, don't act like those people on Twitter. Yeah. Well, to be fair, the victim blaming, it's more like she was accusing Lang of victim blaming, and also the victim in question was a victim 12 years ago, so it's not a recently passed person. But, you're saying there would have been no murder if Mr. Aldown hadn't witnessed the kidnapping. But is that really the case?
Why wouldn't it be? The main aim was to abduct the president, right? So if there hadn't been a witness present, they wouldn't have needed to murder anybody.
And yet it remains possible that Mr. Aldown wasn't the only person killed that night. There was a large pool of blood between the planters, when Mr. Aldown was murdered over by the snowman. It can't have belonged to him. What if all that blood by the planters belonged to somebody else?
Now come on, Mr. Prosecutor. You do realize what you're saying, don't you?
I do. It's hard to believe, I'll be the first to admit it. But it's what the evidence suggests. Not just one person was killed here 12 years ago, but two.
You're saying they covered up a whole separate murder? But whose? Who else was killed that night?
Whoever covered up this other homicide did so very skillfully indeed. They even seem to have been able to avoid it being mentioned in the files. But they didn't quite get rid of everything. We have a piece of evidence from 12 years ago that they never managed to erase. This clearly shows that something else happened that night. The fucking drawing, dude. Bodhidharma Canis, dude. Maybe the blood was like Bodhidharma Canis' blood, you know? Maybe he wasn't murdered, but like maimed. Excelsius Winner tried to shroud the existence of the other murder in darkness. But there was one piece of evidence he wasn't able to suppress. Thanks to the efforts of your father. Agent Lang.
My father?
Cast your mind back, if you will. Something else was hidden along with all the other evidence from the crime scene. The existence of the child who set the fire in front of the orphanage. But why would Chairman Winner wish to erase him from the record?
Boss, you killed the child? Congratulations, boss. Mission complete. That's why you're the boss.
Because he saw something he should not have. That's why.
He did? What was it?
And that child? Eustace Winner. Holy shit. It's right here in this picture.
And the picture my father kept.
I think we can all agree that that's the president on the right-hand side. Okay, and, you know, the president is way less recognizable. I mean, I guess he's got the same suit, but, like, what is that hair, you know? That's not what he looked like. But it took this long to point out Bodhidharma Canis? Alright. And that's the Torosaurus toy in his hand. But who's that standing across from him? I fucking wonder, bro.
Take that!
Eastern robes and a black dog. That can only be Bodhidharma Canis. What? The creepy assassin guy? But that guy doesn't have any pupils. And what would a hired killer be doing in the presence of a president? I can only think of one thing. Wait, hold on. I gotta check something. It doesn't seem like he has any scars, though. Maybe he got stabbed directly in the eye. That's right. It wasn't a kidnapping that occurred here 12 years ago. It was an assassination. And one the God and Chairman Winner were... Yes, I think they were complicit. More than complicit, in fact. One provided the venue for the killing, and the other suppressed the testimony of the child who witnessed it. Mr. Aldown was murdered because what he witnessed was actually an assassination, and not the kidnapping he thought it to be at all.
Do you think I'm an idiot? How could the president have died 12 years ago? We've only found his body this morning. He was alive and well until just recently.
Body doubles, bitch. Yeah, we even met him. Indeed. So we have a president killed 12 years ago and a president killed in the last 48 hours. Two presidents, in other words. Right, which is completely impossible. Or is it? I think it's entirely possible for there to be two presidents. In fact, that would explain a lot.
But regardless of what happened, I still respected him. Zhengfa may not be a big country, but he held that place together.
The president Agent Lang spoke of was a noble and capable leader. No, You know, that would explain why the president looks different. He don't look like this. A presidential mask has well and truly slipped. Entirely unlike the man we met. Okay, but surely, like, his bodyguard would notice? Twins? Twin? Really did seem as if they were two completely different people. But how could one country have two presidents? What could explain a situation like that? This is how it was possible for there to be two presidents.
Body double, baby!
Dude, I don't know! I feel like it had to have been twins, right? Like, it had to have been twins because his bodyguard surely would have noticed if a body double took his place, right? Surely? Unless the bodyguard was in on it. I don't know. I have no idea. Yo, what's up, twin? God damn it. Could the president not have been a twin? No. Yeah, that could maybe explain it. No, you know it's wrong when Gumshoe's agreeing with you. God damn it!
Sorry, but it couldn't. President Wang was an only child, that's a matter of record. Shit! Is that so? Give it up, there's no way there could have been two presidents. It's just not possible.
It is, and I'm going to prove it to you. God damn it, fine, fucking body double. One of the two was a body double. Tell me that doesn't make sense.
A body double?
President Wang was a man of great power and influence in Zhengfa, a figure on the world stage. There must have been countless attempts on his life over the years, such as the one at Gold Lake only a few days ago.
It's true, there were more than a few assassination attempts. But that doesn't mean I'm about to accept that there was more than one president. Not without proof.
Do you have any proof that there was more than one president? Shit. I don't know, dude. Kidnapped and ransom for $100 million. President's presence at embassy until midnight confirmed by Dalong Lang. Oh. Huh. President Wang was supposed to meet Emily Fenn at the orphanage at midnight. Witness Alpha Aldon was murdered. His body moved in a photograph of a kidnapping stage. President's presence at embassy until midnight confirmed by Dalong Lang. So straight up, like, yeah, like he was already there. I don't think he's noticed the contradiction staring him in the face. Or is he just unable to accept it?
What's the matter, Mr. Prosecutor? You're pretty quiet all of a sudden. Usually you do that whenever you're doing that, like, mental chess thing.
Wait, how do you know about my mental chess thing?
Well, 'cause you do the hand movements for, like, a chess game every single time you do it. You look kind of fucking stupid every time.
In Emily Fenn's recording, she asked the president to be at the orphanage at midnight. But it shouldn't have been possible for him to be there at that time. Huh? How come? Because he was supposedly still at the embassy. With your father, Agent Lang. So he had noticed. The only way he could have been in two places at once is if there were two of him.
Oh!
So the real president, that was the one who died 12 years ago. I think it might have been.
But why and who? Who would have hired Candace to murder the president?
Plenty of people. Probably Fifi Lagarde. In order to figure that out, we'll need to look again at the piece of evidence we recently discovered was a fake. The fake evidence. What was it again? Huh? Wait, this?
Take
This
that!
one? The picture taken with Mr. Aldon's camera was staged sometime after his murder. Mr. Aldon was murdered because he witnessed the president's assassination. In other words, the photograph too must have been taken after the real president's death. Who is the president in the staged photograph? The body double. Nothing else makes sense. I believe the president's double had him killed so that he could take his place permanently. Oh, what? That's crazy. Why? An Excelsius winner and Fifi Lagarde helped him do it.
Wait, you don't even have a body to support your theory. Are you telling me it magically disappeared?
Fed to wolves.
Objection!
No, in fact, we know exactly where it wound up. The president's body was here the whole time. Huh? It was on the blue truck. Holy shit. Na 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 na. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Surely they didn't keep this body preserved for 12 fucking years. Surely not, right? You know, it doesn't. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Because, like. fuck is the nothing? Where the hell is the goddamn body? I don't really know. I don't know where the hell the body would be hidden. Is it literally you? Is it? You know, because, like, the president that we met, right? The sus chains. Yeah, maybe he was chained up. The president that we knew, he was, like, faking the muscles, right? So surely, in death, like, the body relaxes, so surely he wouldn't be this fucking buff, right? Bitch, where? Here?
Take that!
Sure.
Your sense of humor needs some serious work, Mr. Prosecutor. How could the president's body have been there?
Was that not it? The president was killed right here. And what was one of the perpetrators also observed doing here? Oh, the body? Dude? What? I do, and so do you. Let me jog your memory. What? Wait, that's fucked up. Wait a minute.
Take that!
Chairman Winner dug up something last night. Something he couldn't trust anybody else to retrieve. We thought it might have been the ransom money, but it was actually something even more important. Wait, you mean? That's right, the real president's body. I think it's highly likely anyway.
What?
The body may have decomposed in the intervening years, but the bones would have surely have remained. Mr. Powers informed us that the construction is due to start here sometime soon. Everything had to be wrapped up before then. The shooting of the movie and the recovery of the president's remains. Yeah, I guess once they started digging the place up, they would have found him pretty quick, huh? Agent Lang, we have to have the so-called monster footprints analyzed again.
Yeah, I guess we do. If there was a body under one of them, there should be trace evidence to confirm it. Hey, get me somebody from forensics.
Sir, presenting the findings of our analysis, sir. Traces of human remains were found in the dirt along with other signs of a body having been buried.
So it really was him.
Bones were also recovered from the home of Excelsius Winner. Like deadass. The physique looks to be about right, and dental and medical records are also a match. It's him, no doubt about it. So as suspected, the real President Wang was killed 12 years ago. And the SS5 kidnapping was in fact a homicide. Wow, so it really was a murder, huh? You know, this is unrelated really, but like I know twins have like different fingerprints, but do they have the same dental records, do you think? Like assuming that their teeth are in perfect health, right? Would they have the same dental like imprint? Or would they be different? Wow, so it really was a murder, huh? This case has taken so many twists and turns. I'm starting to lose track. Yes, perhaps we should summarize our findings, just to confirm that we understand everything correctly. Good idea. Let's go over everything from the point where the president arrived at the orphanage. 12 years ago, the real President Wang visited the orphanage. His aim, to meet his infant son. The footprints we originally assumed to be those of Mr. Aldown, seem likely to have been made by the president upon his arrival. He was a large man, so it makes sense that he has size 12s. Think they'd be different? Yeah, probably, yeah. But instead of being greeted by his child, he was met by the assassin, Bodhidharma Canis. That's so sad. He was hoping to see his baby for the first time, only to... Indeed. But at least with Mr. Canis, we can be sure that the job was swiftly and effectively completed. I mean... Hey, Sean, at least you know, you didn't kill your dad. Your dad was dead 12 years ago, so it's no big deal. But then after the assassination, another tragedy occurred. Mr. Aldown's murder. Yes, it seems he witnessed a key moment in the evening's proceedings. CPC. The moment when our culprits, the so-called kidnappers, took the president's body around to the side of the building. That was the site that sealed his fate. We've now established that he was standing by the orphanage gates at the time. Far enough away that he believed that he was, what he was seeing was the president's abduction. At which point... Oh, the body double who had come to meet up with his co-conspirators walked right up behind Mr. Aldown. Bonk. Leading to our unfortunate eyewitness. Oh, which is why he willingly staged that photo. Being murdered by the man who was plotting to replace the president. So was it the body double who moved Mr. Aldown's body too? Yes, I think it probably was. But none of the footprints could have been his, could they? Actually, I think they could. In fact, we have a piece of evidence that proves how the particular trick was achieved. It shows how the body double managed to move the body without leaving any footprints. Without leaving any footprints.
Take that!
What if the president's double moved Mr. Aldown's body like this? After killing Mr. Aldown, he could have carried him to the other side of the entrance. Given that his job was to look just like the president, he would have been wearing the same shoes. Meaning that if he stepped exactly in the footprints left by the real president... Of course! He would have been the same shape and size! It would have looked like a single set of footprints. So that's how it all went down. So glad we finally figured it out. Wait, but there's one thing I still don't get. There is? What? Why'd they need to pretend there was a kidnapping? Mr. Aldown had seen the president at the orphanage and left a message on Miss Ringer's phone describing what he thought he saw. It would have been impossible for the conspirators to erase that message. How'd they know what the message was, though? They just heard it? So they had to make it look as if the events described in the message were true. By staging a kidnapping like the one he thought he saw. Exactly. I think the two people in the photograph are likely to be the body double and Fifi Lagarde. Oh. Huh. She's the one in the trench coat? How can you be so sure of that? The two of them would have had to walk out beyond the orphanage gates to stage the photo. Also, you know, the only other person that's involved, Chairman Winner, is taller, so... the body double could have put his feet in the real president's prints as he did before. Oh, so the other set of footprints were hers. The ones we originally thought belonged to the killer, yes. They were about a size 9, too small for Chairman Winner, in other words. Which means the kidnapper must have been played by Warden Lagarde. And that explains how a so-called kidnapping was actually a presidential assassination. It does. Which means my father must have... He must have? Noticed. There's no way he wouldn't have suspected a murder. Especially now with the kid's picture as proof. But the picture was never officially put into evidence, correct? No. Appears to have kept hold of it after taking the witness statement of the child who drew it. Yeah, because he knew. He knew President Wang was dead. And he knew what would happen if the news ever got out. Zheng Fa would have been plunged into chaos, no doubt. A
so we kept it a secret. And that secret died with him.
I don't know if that's what you're supposed to... Like, I don't know if that's, like, a reasonable course of action, honestly.
Even though it meant taking the blame for the kidnapping and our family's name being ruined.
So your father knew the truth about what happened 12 years ago, but he chose to hide it. Well, it's finally coming to light at last. Okay, cold read. Is it indeed intriguing?
Huh? What? Who's there?
Oh, what? That's not who I thought it was. That sound, is that a bell? The fuck are you doing here, dude?
Bodhidharma Mechanics! What?
Who let you out of jail, dude? Hi.
What the heck are you doing here? What a law! You think you could just show up in front of us like it ain't a problem?
Oh fuck, I don't remember what voice I gave him.
Forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing the fascinating conversation you were having.
The opportunity to gloat over your past crimes was just too good to miss, I expect.
You killed President Wang. I did, but it's not something I'm inclined to gloat over. I was more interested in something else you mentioned. Or someone else, I should say.
Someone you're looking for, I suppose.
Exactly, that's why I took a little sojourn from the penitentiary to find a certain young pup. A young pup in a rather eye-catching red raincoat.
What? Wait, you know who they are?
In a manner of speaking, what did you call them again? A secret mastermind? It's your friend in a raincoat, of course.
Red raincoat.
The prosecutor looks a little surprised, doesn't he, Helmut? Yes, he does. Oh, such a good boy. Oh. Like the young pup I mentioned. He saved my life, you know, 12 long years ago.
God, his brain is massive. My unexpected savior. What fucking kid?
As you've surmised, it was I who killed President Wang. But that meant I, too, became an inconvenience in need of removal. That the imposter president, Winner, Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence. And if I hadn't met my friend the young pup again, they might have even succeeded. I wonder what he's doing now.
Huh? So it was the president's body double who hired you?
I remember his words almost as if it were yesterday.
You know how many times I've nearly been killed? Not once, not twice, a bunch of times. Why do I have to take all the risks? Why am I the one they always put in danger? Because the actual president is, you know, the one making all the decisions and shit. When I'm out here being him, people treat me like I was him. They worship me. So what's the difference? Who's to say I couldn't be just as good as him?
There was a difference, of course, even if he did look and sound exactly like him. Just because it walks and talks like a president doesn't make it a president, does it, boy? No.
So he got his wish and became the boss, but couldn't quite fill the predecessor's shoes. Huh. Funny.
Rook's not around. That means I'm number one.
I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes.
Of course I do. I'm the leader now. Me!
Huh. Seems the king and his knight were much the same.
The president's body double knew that his employer had a weakness. A young woman named Amelie. But in order to find her, he needed to enlist the help of locals.
Locals such as Chairman Winner.
Once Miss Fen had been located, they simply needed to find the right time to lay their trap.
The meeting she arranged so the president could meet her son. Or meet his son. That would have been the perfect opportunity.
Indeed. With the head of the orphanage bought into the fold, their little conspiracy was complete.
Warden Lagarde.
Now quid pro quo, where might I find the pup?
What makes you think the boy who helped you and our mysterious string puller are one and the same?
We set a little fire that night, out there in the yard of the orphanage.
Oh, yeah, we saw that. Some kind of prank, right?
A prank? It was nothing of the sort, my dear. No, as I understand it, he had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance.
Oh.
From there, he happened to see Winter and Lagarde carrying away a dead body.
Okay.
He also overheard them hatching a certain sordid little plot. A plot to remove me, the only other person who knew what really happened, from the picture. Thankfully, he was kind enough to come and inform me. I was waiting inside the building, you see. He also happened to mention later on that he was wearing his favorite red raincoat.
Huh? Huh? Wait, what? Huh.
In any case, he escorted me from the premises.
Who is this psycho child that witnesses a murder and, like, here's people behind it talk about getting rid of the killer, and then is like, I think the best course of action here is to alert the killer that I saw murder a guy and help him escape the premises. Who is this kid? Who the fuck are you? Why are you like this?
And being a very considerate boy, told to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. Seems he had a little kerosene set aside in the igloo for just such an occasion.
Oh, a little arsonist, huh? What the fuck? What's wrong with you, kid?
So he spread it liberally about the place and set himself a little fire.
The fuck is wrong with him? No way, so that's what the fire was for.
Must have been ever so beautiful. Winter and Lagarde were positively enchanted.
But why? He literally could have just shoveled the snow. He just wanted to commit arson.
And while they were distracted by the show, he took the opportunity to usher me out of a side entrance.
You never answered my question. You really think he's the one behind all this?
I do indeed. Don't I, Helmut? Yes, I do.
What the fuck? Who is this kid? I who killed President Wang.
Hold
it! You were pretty forthcoming with that particular admission.
I'm honest, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm tired of all the killing. But back then, I felt that death was my only path. I embraced it and strove to learn what it had to teach. I'd made my peace with that, and I'm happy to admit it. Oh, my boy, yes, I am.
I'm not sure what he's talking about, but I definitely don't like the sound of it. He's talking about murder, okay? Basically, he thought nothing of murdering the president. And not only is he an assassin, he's now a prison escapee. Not someone to be trifled with. I like how nobody's really, like, on guard, being like, hey, what the fuck, this guy just escaped prison. Like, we're just like, okay, you're here now? Well, we can't afford for him not to talk. I'll need to tread as carefully as I can. Very well, you killed the president, and you're happy to admit it.
Oh, very much so. I wouldn't want you to think that I drew my blade and missed.
I too became an inconvenience and need a removal. You, a target, but you're an assassin. Sometimes the hunter must become the hunted. Sometimes the living must become the dead. Is that like a thief creed, Kay? Where'd you learn that one? Please, Kate, don't feel the need to add a proverb of your own.
Impermanence is inherent to the way of the assassin. Life-takers' lives are taken, so it goes.
Wait, does that mean the people you sent to kill sometimes try to kill you back, or...?
It happens, occasionally. But it is not what happens, this time.
Foster President Winter Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence.
Hold it!
But, Mr. Canis, you're a professional killer, and a famously skilled one at that. Surely escaping even 3 attackers would have been little more than a minor inconvenience.
You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem to forget that without Helen Woods here, I couldn't even walk down the street. Against 3 assailants, I wouldn't have lasted more than a few moments.
I see, so even the most proficient assassins are ill-equipped to face a full frontal assault.
We are not hugely fond of such situations, shall we say. I certainly wouldn't have liked my chances.
If I hadn't met my friend, the young pup, again, they might even have succeeded.
Hold it!
Again? So the two of you had met before? Oh, so you're buddy-buddy?
Yes, on a cold and lonely Christmas Eve 18 years back.
Oh! Oh! Wait a damn minute, wait a damn minute. What? Oh shit. 18, okay, so 18 years ago. Carmelo Gusteau and Artie Frost's sons would both visit Tangaroa's mansion up through the day before the incident. From the day of the incident onward, their whereabouts are unknown. Oh shit, so it's one of the kids, huh? It's one of these kids. That long ago.
But on that occasion, it was I who saved his life.
Huh?
It was snowing, more than it had in years, and cold enough that death by freezing was a real possibility. I'd taken Helmut out for a little walk. You know, just because he's a killer dog doesn't mean he doesn't need his walkies. He noticed something and bounded off through the snow. When I caught up to him, he was sniffing at a car. The doors had frozen shut. Took all the strength I had, but eventually I managed to open one. And inside I found 2 young boys, shivering and semi-conscious.
2?
Yes, and had I found them even an hour later, the poor wretches would never have made it. I took them both to a nearby orphanage.
Is it me, or is there something significant about what you just told us? Yeah. What is it about Canis' statement that's especially noteworthy? The date, the number of people, the make of car. I think the date, yeah? This was on Christmas Eve, 18 years ago. You're certain of that?
I am. Holy smokes!
We have something that shows why that date is so significant. Which piece of evidence relates to the date on which Mr. Canis found the children? The one I just looked at. Shaboink. Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas! That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred. The murder of a well-known sculptor. No way! An incident in the aftermath of which 2 children went missing. Yeah, that's them. The son of the victim, Artie Frost, and the son of the murderer, Carmelo Gusteau.
Yeah, now that you mention it, the little guys did go AWOL, huh? Intriguing. The son of a murderer and the son of his victim. I suppose that would make sense.
It would?
One of the boys was bound hand and foot, you see.
That must have been part of Mr. Frost's plan to stop Mr. Gusteau's son from getting to the competition. Oh, right. Because Carmelo Gusteau was using his son to taste his stuff. Right. Indeed, because without his son to taste his creations, Mr. Gusteau would have had no chance of winning.
So that was what was behind it all. Sadly, neither of the boys were able to remember any such details.
They weren't.
No. When we met each other again on that night 12 years ago, the young pup explained it to me. It seems that they really were on the brink of death when I found them. And the shock of the experience caused them both to lose their memories.
Oh, it's like dead ass? Just like fully?
They weren't even able to remember their names.
Oh, wow. So they wouldn't have known they were Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusteau's kids. If what he's telling us is true, that would seem likely, yes. Which means we still don't have enough to tell us who our mastermind might be. Mr. Canis, would you mind telling us what happened next?
By all means.
Another one. The wizard and I.
The pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison. But then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry.
Is it night? Wait, is it night? Because he was doing, like, correspondence chess with him, yeah?
And then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It rather piqued my curiosity, so I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things.
Temporarily regain my freedom, meaning casually saunter out. People from 12 years ago. You mean Lagarde, Winner, and the president, I assume. Well, one Lagarde was in charge of the prison where he was an inmate the whole time, right?
I fear I wasn't as kind to her as I could have been. But then she did try to have me killed. You already know why, of course.
Because you murdered President Wang, but they needed the world to believe he was still alive. If somebody had exposed the president as a fake, it would have been bad for Lagarde and Chairman Winner too.
Exactly. And not only that, I happened to overhear something else intriguing that night.
I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. Oh, I thought you could meet him if you like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Goodbye. Who are you? Sorry, but I'm waiting for somebody.
I know you are, President Wang. I couldn't help overhearing the news. Congratulations. But please don't worry about your son. I only kill those I am employed to kill, which in this case means you.
No. Wait. This is my first chance to meet him. And it might be my only chance. Please, give me just a few minutes longer.
I thought he was going to beg for his life, but no. An interesting character. I told him I was not aware that he had a child. No, he said and shook his head. Neither was I, but the world will know that I have one now. I mean to make sure of it.
Oh.
I've even prepared something in case the worst comes to the worst. And the son in question was the young gentleman with the horns here, correct?
Horns? You can see them?
I don't need to, my dear. I've been listening very carefully, you see. And for longer than you may realize.
So the president meant to tell the world about Sean, and prepared something in case of the worst. But it's not enough simply to have Canis's word on the matter. Of course.
We have something to prove that what he's telling us the president said is true, the will. A will everybody knew about. He entrusted it to my family to show his belief in us, after all. The name in the recording, the preparations he had made in his will. With those 3 pieces of information, I was able to convince Warden Lagarde to do anything I asked.
With the information at his disposal, he could have exposed the truth about the body double at any time. And Sean's true identity with it. Damn, but he never got to meet him.
President Wang was more agile than I'd anticipated. He blocked my first knife thrust with something soft. At the time the piece I'd broken off hit the snow, my next strike had hit his mark.
So it was Canis who tore the horn off the Torosaurus doll.
I was the only one present to hear his final words. The only one who knew the truth about his son. Well, me and that poor pup.
Pup and I remain in contact even after I was sent to prison.
Hold it!
So you were able to continue communicating with him from prison?
I was, via post office box.
What's that? It's a means of exchanging mail without revealing one's own address. Also, I'm sorry, Kate, you don't know what a post office box is? Are we so for real?
I never knew where he was, and I wasn't able to slip out and track him down. I was being kept under a rather strict supervision, you see.
By Warren Lagarde, no doubt. What were the two of you even communicating about?
We were playing correspondence chess, of course. That and griping about our respective lots in life.
Correspondence chess? But didn't you used to play that with... As unlikely as it may seem, Mr. Canis' chess opponent was... Mr. Knight? Yeah, it was Mr. Knight! We found the diagram of the game in his cell, too.
So, does that mean Knight had something to do with all that IS-7 business?
Wait, could that be it? Do we have any evidence that might connect Knight to the IS-7 incident? Do we? Do we? I don't think this. Pocket chest in a ring. Wait. 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 Oh shit, that's the Artie Frost ring, right? Right? This one? This is everything Knight left behind. Could there be a clue in here somewhere? A ring and a chess set. Which one should we look at more closely? A ring. The ring! What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Fender, take a closer look at it if you would.
That design. That's Paul Halik's trademark.
Indeed. It looks like somebody turned the stamp he used to sign his work with into a ring. But why would Knight have been carrying it? And why was it not with the rest of the evidence from the IS-7 incident?
They tried to release Frost's personal effects to his next of kin after the case wound down.
If I remember rightly, old Frosty Boy didn't have any family aside from his kid. And the kid was missing, so they never got to hand it back to him. Not till later, anyhow. I heard on the grapevine that they found him in the end and gave him the goods. Including the seal, it would seem. Which he turned into a ring and wore until his own death. So that's Artie Frost's kid. So you're saying Mr. Knight was Mr. Frost's son? Sorry, I'm just stretching.
Cops don't mess around with stuff like that. They would have made sure before handing it over.
And we were looking for somebody connected to the IS-7 incident who played correspondence chess, right?
Wait, so our secret string puller is Bronco Knight?
Objection!
Knight is dead. How could he possibly be involved in our current case?
Far out. So our only candidate for genius mastermind is the guy who already kicked the bucket?
impossible. How can a dead guy be behind all this? I mean, have you played Danganronpa? It is a little perplexing, but then who else could it be? I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry.
Hold
it! He stopped responding. That seems strange.
I'm glad you agree. Helmut did too, of course.
That big scary mutt really said that? What, like, woo, woo, that's barking mad.
He does not need to talk in order for me to hear him, my dear.
He doesn't? Okay, then, well, let me ask you something. That look he's giving me, the super intense, kind of scary glare, he's not trying to say he's hungry, is he?
He might be.
He might be? Mr. Edgeworth, help! He really isn't fond of Canis's pet, it seems. That's a bad dog, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, there's a good boy. Now, where was I? Of course. I suddenly stopped hearing from the pup. And then people from 12 years ago started cropping up from all over the place.
Hold it!
Does all seem like a little too much of a coincidence, doesn't it? An attempt was made on the life of the man who was pretending to be the President Wang all these years. One Lagan must have murdered Bronco Knight while he was being held at the prison she ran. An Excelsius winner, chairman of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, murdered Rosie Ringer. And the more I think back, the more it seemed at the time that some mysterious other presence was lurking behind all those incidents.
Yes, even from behind bars, it was rather obvious that something strange was going on. It rather piqued my curiosity, so I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things.
Hold it!
You thought you'd temporarily regain your freedom? Could you be any more brazen? Yeah, even a thief would struggle to get away with something like, I thought I'd temporarily steal it.
Fear not. Nobody was injured in the course of my escape. It wasn't necessary after all. I have my ways. Let's leave it at that, shall we?
Leave it at... No way, pal. You escaped. I ought to arrest you right now. Why didn't you threaten that earlier, Gumshoe? He's been out of jail for like an hour at this point.
There'll be no need for that, detective. As soon as my business is concluded, I'll return home to my cell. Are you serious? Prison isn't supposed to be some place you can just stroll in and out of when you please. Strange that you should say that. Weren't you the one who strolled in to try and dig into my past only recently? You...
Agent Lang, Detective Gumshoe. I need to be able to question Mr. Canis further. Could you both try to remain calm for now? Sure thing, sir. Kinda knew you were gonna say that.
Ugh, fine. I'm not taking my eyes off of Dogman. Not even for a second, you hear? Dogs are just inferior wolves anyway. Ahoo! I used to enjoy tapping out my little letters in Braille.
Huh?
Hold it!
In Braille? That's how you wrote all of them?
That's right. I have all the tools to do so in my cell.
Huh, so you have to use special tools? Never thought about it before, but I guess that makes sense. And what exactly did you write about, if you don't mind my asking?
Oh, this and that. General chit-chat and chess moves, of course.
He wrote the chess moves in Braille, too? That's interesting. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Huh? Speaking of chess moves, how does that piece you carved yourself move, the dog? Perhaps we can talk about that later. For now, I'd like to know what happened when the letter stalled. No, I want to know.
I sat in my cell and tried to imagine where he might have gone.
Okay, no. Still don't get it. What does he mean? Who's this puppy keeps talking about? Oh, indeed. Seems that not even Mr. Canis knows his true identity. So we should focus on what we do know, that there was a connection between the two of them. I'm particularly interested in how that connection was maintained. It wasn't in fucking Braille, though. This is like plain text. It's like printed.
Objection!
You said that you wrote all of your letters in Braille, is that correct?
I don't mean to be rude, Mr. Prosecutor, but you do know about my condition, don't you?
That's odd, because the chess diagram we found in Knight's cell didn't contain any Braille at all.
Really? But surely that's impossible.
How so exactly? Maybe someone typed Mr. Canis's letters out on purpose? Meaning there may have been some sort of intermediary between the two of them. So then... Mr. Canis says he wrote his letters in Braille, and yet... the letters received by Mr. Knight contain no Braille at all. Thank you for the infographic, Ace Attorney. This suggests that there must be a third party who types Mr. Canis's letters out. Guess it could have worked the same way on the flip side too, right? Whoever it was could have taken Knight's letters and turned them back into Braille? They could indeed. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this third person, Mr. Canis. Mr. Canis, the answers you received.
They were written in Braille too, yes.
So some mysterious middle person really was retyping the Bronxter's missives.
And that same person
might well be our secret string puller.
Wait, you're trying to say there's another hidden mastermind behind this whole thing? So who's this new one?
Wait a fucking second. Wait a fucking second. Someone visited his fucking cell. No shot, dude. I proved you innocent, and for what? And for what, dog? Oh my god, and that was the prison case too, dude. Oh my god, I proved you innocent, and for what? Oh my fucking god, dude. There's no way. There's no way! Bronco Knight, son of Auntie Frost, is already dead. But what if the other child from the incident 18 years ago was actually who we've been looking for?
Carmelo Gusteau's son, but who is he and where is he?
If Knight was Frost's son, Gusteau's son would have to be... I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see. It's just like me.
Him? But surely not.
What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? You're white as a sheet. Even more white than usual. Of course. All makes sense. I know exactly who our so-called mastermind is. What? Who? You have to tell us. I can hardly believe it, but it's somebody we know rather well. The person we've been looking for is... No fucking shot, dude. No fucking shot. What the fuck, dude? It has to be the person behind all this. The person who forced Chairman Winner's hand by sending the letter to Rosie Ringer. The person who kidnapped Sean and bugged Kay and myself. The person who did the strangest thing of all. Who drugged Kay and carried her up to the roof of the big building. What the fuck? It was the monster. What? Did you really just say what I thought you did? Yes, the monster. That was the key to unmasking our mastermind. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. Fucking Maximilian Galactica, bro. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. How has he not been arrested for pedophilia yet? Like, how has has he not been arrested for pedophilia yet? This dude is like in his 30s and he was like... Actually, no, I think the other guy was in his 30s. This dude is in his late 20s crushing on like a 16-year-old. Or he was, you know, like back when Justice for All came out. Like, bro? Bro, chill out?
That's right. The Berry Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun.
Ms. Lloyd, could I ask a favor? Oh, little old me? What kind of favor? You told us you recorded the sound of Torosaurus breathing fire. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? Whoo, you're good, Ruffles. Sharper than a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beastie breathing fire is what I captured. Sure did. Like I said, I didn't precisely see the guy, but boy did I hear him. Can we listen to the tape? You sure can. You surely can. I'll say now. Here we go. That's it. That sound. It must be what I think it is. My theory has to be correct. The truth about the monster, the identity of the person behind all this, it's all falling into place. Miss Hart, you saw a giant eye at the window of the storeroom, did you not? Yeah. Snap me a picture of it too, even if you can't rightly see it so well. I can't see it right now, but... Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir! Your image analyzer, can we borrow it again? Oh my god, no way. Sure, but what do you want to look at, sir? This photograph right here. I don't think that's how it works, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think that's how it works. Gotcha, I'm on it. What the fuck do you mean? The clue we're looking for must be here. We just have to find it. Zoom. Whoa. That is not how it fucking works, Edgeworth! What do you mean? That's... See? I done told y'all! Torosaurus his own dang self! Yes, there it is at last. The monster commanded by the architect of this whole scheme. Monster? It's a motherfucking monster. You finally ready to admit it? That is dang well real. The big bad bull itself.
Objection!
No, because that isn't Torosaurus at all. It's the eye of a different giant beast entirely. Take a look at this, if you would. Oh, it's a hot air balloon. I didn't even notice. I thought it was literally just a lion PNG in the background. I didn't realize that was a fucking hot air balloon. The Berry Big Circus flyer? Oh, wait, look! You see it, the enormous lion balloon. That's the real monster. And the sound Miss Lloyd thought was the creature breathing fire was the hot air balloon and, like, thing. Oh, come on, you're really gonna bring me crashing down to Earth like that? You guys are still, like, the first reporters on a fucking crime scene. Be happy. That's how balloons fly, huh? They burn gas to make hot air. They do. Now, culprit was able to use that balloon to carry Kay up to the roof of the big building without ever going near the elevator. So this culprit, they got something to do with the circus? Circus worker, friend of Bronxter, son of Gustav. Oh, whoa, you're not serious. You forgot to mention trainee animal tamer. It's hard to believe. My god. It turns out that he was not Remy Ratatouille. He was not Linguini Ratatouille. He was Remy Ratatouille the whole time. Oh, you know what it means? That monkey's the real mastermind. He's been the one pulling the strings this whole time. That's right, Simeon Saint is the one behind all this. Simeon? But everything? Really? I don't believe you. We trusted him and he trusted us. You can't tell me that was all lies. That would be too horrible. I'm sorry, Kay. Hmm? Who was that?
Hey, where do you think you're going, old man? Nothing escapes you, does it, young pup? My congratulations, Mr. Edgeworth. And now that I know the truth, my business here is done.
I like how Sean was on the lookout for the actual killer and not law enforcement. Why? You would think like Lang would point it out, or Gumshoe, someone with handcuffs. But nah, it's the fucking kid. The kid with like a carton of milk in his hand and like several more in his backpack. Dude, no wonder people get away with murder in this fucking universe all the goddamn time. The police ain't shit, bro.
Now that I know the truth, my business here is done.
What? No, Mr. Kenneth, wait. Oh, animation! Oh, fuck. God damn it. Oh, man. He's much rougher than Pess is.
Damn it, he disappeared!
Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, don't worry. I've had, well, no. Humans can't get rabies shots, right? Don't worry. I'm well used to dogs jumping on me. Don't worry, I'm fine, but...
Damn you.
Are you alright, Sean? Oh, he's mad because he killed his dad, yeah.
He killed my dad. He did, right?
There's no easy way to say it, but... Sorry, Sean. It would appear that he did.
He won't get away with it. I'll make him pay. Somehow, some way, I'll...
Dude, you're like 2 feet tall. What are you gonna do?
Overruled.
No, Sean. You mustn't say such things. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. You'll have to forgive us both.
I just put the call out, sir. All units are on the lookout for Mr. Canis.
Why didn't you guys run after him?
I don't mean to hurry everybody, but we better be on our way too. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, where do you think we'll find our mastermind?
At the circus, probably? I suppose you're right. Should go after the mastermind right now. Oh, wait a fucking second. Hold on. Wasn't there, like, yeah, like, here, the recording, I can't look at it right now, but wasn't there a thing that was like, oh, like we heard fireworks or some fucking shit, and there were fireworks at the stadium? Like, are the fireworks from the circus or some shit? Or was that just to find Sean? He said he had to practice for the show, which I guess means he'll be at the circus. But before we leave, there's something I'd like to ask of you, Agent Lang.
There is? What?
Once a beast has been sighted, the next step is to plan its capture. When we arrive, there's something we'll need to try and find as a matter of priority. And Detective, I'd like you to look into something that's been bothering me about Sean's kidnapping.
Yes, sir!
I want to help too, Mr. Edgeworth. Good. There's somebody I'd like you to try and contact. If Saint really is our mastermind, we're going to need this person's help. Who? Who? Oh, Regina? Between our many encounters, I never suspected a thing, even though he was right there in front of me. Never trust anyone. That's the moral of the story. I messed up. There's no other way of putting it. But I'm going to put things right once and for all. Is it really you messing up and not, like, him just being good at lying? You know? The mastermind's true face. Oh shit, look at that. Lying, dude. That's sick as hell. That's gonna have to wait until next time. Maybe we'll finish the game next time. Who knows? Maybe I'll start earlier. and finish the game this time. But for now, thank you all for watching. Some type of roller coaster. Holy shit. Oh, wait. This makes me sad. Like, seeing, like, circus animals in cages that are way too fucking small make me so fucking sad. Like, I don't like circuses that do this kind of shit, which is, like, a lot of them. But, yeah. Maybe we will uncover the full truth next time on Ace Attorney Investigations. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!